Becky Lynch was injured on Monday Night Raw by Xia Li, and now there is a sad medical update on Becky's current condition, as her husband, Seth Rollins, has been shattered by this tragic situation. Becky Lynch was set to make her comeback after losing the NXT Women's Championship, and she was going to do it in a women's battle royal, which would determine the number one contender for Rhea Ripley's women's world title. Becky was scheduled to be part of this battle royal, and then if she won, she would be able to face Rhea Ripley for the title at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Becky was very excited because obviously she wasn't happy about losing the NXT title, and she wanted to once again hold a title in WWE. She wanted to prove that she could not only win a title in NXT, but she could still win a women's title on the main roster. Unfortunately, things did not go as planned, because as Becky Lynch was making her entrance to the Battle Royal, she was blindsided by Xia Li. Of course, in recent weeks, Xia Li has been accosting and basically stalking Becky Lynch, because Xia Li was very mad that Becky never gave her a title match when Becky was the NXT Women's Champion. And now Xia Li is out for revenge on Becky Lynch. When Xia Li blindsided Becky Lynch from behind, Xia smashed Becky in the back of the head as Becky hit hard on the floor. And to make matters worse, Xia Li kicked Becky Lynch in the head, basically knocking her out. WWE officials, including Raw GM Adam Pearce, rushed to the scene and got Xia Li kicked out while they attended to Becky Lynch. And sadly, Becky Lynch was determined, not medically cleared, to participate in the Battle Royal, which meant she would have to sit on the sidelines, as doctors in the back tried to find out what was going on with her medically, and Becky didn't even know what was going on. This was probably due to the blows to the head that Becky suffered at the hands of Xia Li. And now we are learning that there is a sad update on Becky Lynch's current condition, as her husband, Seth Rollins, is heartbroken. Becky Lynch, even after she was kicked in the head and collapsed, she still tried to get in the ring to participate in the Women's Battle Royal, but WWE doctors and officials prevented her from doing so. They had to physically hold her back, and this is possibly because Becky Lynch didn't understand the gravity of the situation and how badly she was injured. We have to remember that Becky Lynch has had several devastating injuries, and this attack by Xia Li could be the injury that sadly brings Becky Lynch's career to a tragic end. Nobody wants that to happen, but we have to look at protecting the wrestler, and also in this case protecting the mother, protecting the wife, Becky Lynch. Becky has a daughter, Rue, with her husband, Seth Rollins, and even if Becky can never compete again due to this injury, she has to stay healthy enough to take care of her daughter and to be there for her husband, Seth Rollins. And that is why they held her back from getting into the ring, because if she would have been able to compete in that Battle Royal, it may have been her last match ever. So WWE doctors were literally trying to save her life, and they did the right thing, even though Becky Lynch fans desperately wanted her to compete in that Battle Royal and win that match to compete against Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. And to make matters worse, an arch enemy of Becky Lynch ended up winning the Battle Royal, Zoey Stark, Of course, Zoey Stark helped Trish Stratus in making Becky Lynch's life a living hell for several months. Obviously, Becky Lynch was the odds-on favorite to win this Battle Royal before she was pulled from the match due to the beatdown from Xia Li. And now we are learning what exactly happened when Becky Lynch was taken to the back by doctors. According to reports, Becky Lynch's condition worsened by the second, and they had to call 911, and she had to be placed onto a stretcher and put into an ambulance to be taken to the hospital. And right now, Becky Lynch is laying in a hospital bed, and most likely her husband, Seth Rollins, is by her side, trying to make sure that the love of his life pulls through. So now with this report that Becky Lynch is in the hospital, this is a very sad update, and this is what nobody wanted to have happen. And after Raw went off the air, we are learning the truth about Becky Lynch's injuries. According to reports, the Xia Li attack was part of a script. WWE staged this attack on Becky Lynch because just a couple days ago, Becky Lynch was severely injured at a house show, and Becky Lynch was already scheduled to compete in this Battle Royal, and in order to basically get her out of the match, they staged this attack. So the real injury happened at a house show, and it was obvious at this house show that Becky Lynch was in severe pain. So WWE had to figure out a way to basically write Becky Lynch out of the Battle Royal and off TV. And according to insiders, Becky Lynch will be out possibly until next year. And we don't know when she will be released from the hospital. And also, we don't know if the attack from Xia Li was too real and too brutal and made the injuries from the house show even worse. Well, right now, Becky Lynch is in the hospital with her husband, Seth Rollins, by her side. What are your thoughts about Becky Lynch being injured and being taken to the hospital? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification and check out our new YouTube channel, Wrestling News Now Insider. Click on the link to visit it now, and you will get brand new exclusive videos.